Greetings, travelers. Welcome back to the Inn of Planar Crossroads. And we are going to be picking up with Rise of the Runelords. Last time, if you were keeping up with us, we played a one-shot, a culinary one-shot, which was quite fun and enjoyable. I'm still having trouble uploading it. For some reason, it's taking forever, so it will be uploaded eventually. You can watch for it, but who knows? We also did, since last game, a little chat about our impressions of Starfinder. So if you want to check that out, you can go to the YouTube or to the website. I've got it on both, and it'll be there. But that's not what we're doing today. Starfinder doesn't happen for another right about 2 weeks from now. And supposedly Greg's going to be running us on the first adventure path from Paizo. So we'll see what goes on. But now we can get into Rise of the Runelords. And to recap for everyone, the group had just made it out of the Foxglove Manor, and we're trying to chase down Aldern Foxglove / the Skin Saw Man. And they were chasing him down, following Aisha, who was running after him also. And the group couldn't keep up because they couldn't literally not run any faster because they were fatigued. So they heard a wail not long after they got out and lost sight of him. But they did apparently slow down him enough for some kind of interaction to happen. So we'll have to see what goes on after that. But for now, we're going to pick up pretty much where they left off. The group has decided to say, okay, we need to rest. And I think that their plan was to plop down right there and just rest, because being fatigued isn't all that fun when you're trying to catch up to people. So we're going to pick up right about from there. We'll say that you guys are making camp. Is there anything that anybody wants to start off with?
Well, first of all, thank God Mazus didn't sell or didn't have haste that he could sell the damn guy.
Yeah, that just would have killed us.
Yeah. Oh, and for those watching, Mal says he's on his way. Lo siento. So.
All right. Well, as sort of everything's getting, as sort of everything's getting set up, sort of. Pardon me, Gideon, but I need to talk to you.
In regards to?
Personal matter.
Very well.
Oh, good. We're next to a tree. I have somewhere to sleep.
Well, I've been meaning to say something, but you spend a lot of time in that armor of yours, and we get a fair amount of exercise. Have you considered investing in some cologne?
I smell just fine, don't I?
To be honest, after fighting those undead, whatever they were, you smell kind of death.
Go to Paladin. The scent of Iomade. I'm sure that at some point I'll have to make sure I get a bath, but however, I don't have anything on me as of right now.
All right, just want to tell you, friend to friend.
Very well, thank you.
And with that, she is going to return to setting up what I'm assuming is Magpie's tent that I guess she's borrowing, because Magpie's sleeping in a tree again.
Yep, that's my thing. After all this, Magpie's gotten him. Understandably, I feel a little claustrophobic. So being in a tent, she's not super into it right now. Also,
all right then.
Are we still right next to the river?
No, you had to come up the slope, up the slight incline that led up to this higher cliff to get to Foxglove Manor.
Well, okay, so I should say not right next to the river. Are we like walking distance?
You're in walking distance. If you want to go down, and it's probably a 15-20 minute walk.
All right, Magpie needs a bird bath.
Okay. So Magpie leaves the rest of the party?
Yes.
This is going so many places.
It could go so many places. So the night is cool, very, very cool. As you're coming out, it's probably, who knows, somewhere around. We talked about how last time you guys have gone almost 24 hours from fighting and walking and running. Not 24 hours, excuse me, because that's still a few hours away. But a good 18 to 20 hours on your feet. And you guys are tired. And it is starting to get pretty cool as this autumn night is coming to an end, and you're starting to see that light blue that comes over the horizon, and this when the sun's starting to come up.
Hey, Mal's here.
He is. So as Magpie walks off for his bird bath in the stream, about 15-20 minute walk away, the rest of you and Magpie, as you're about 5 minutes into your walk, hear a second coming from the wood. Far.
You know what? I'm not even surprised.
So, who wants to keep guard during the night? I mean, morning or...
I'll stop.
Yeah, how long are these watches going to be? Someone could actually hit exhausted.
Well, if the watches are only 4 hours apiece, it'd be Gideon.
You may just slide under the exhausted thing.
To do Gideon, Wayko, and Magpie.
Well, Magpie goes off, Emmy's gonna slump down by the tree, staying away. She actually has her journal out and is doing a little bit of writing.
Okay. So that continues. There's no other disturbances in the night. Well, we'll do perception checks to see if there are. But there are no other disturbances overall, perhaps. And there is frost on your tents for a reason, because the those that are sitting outside, it doesn't take long before you realize that that fog that had come in off the water earlier that night had started to get really go into the first good frost of the season.
It's good thing everybody's got blankets.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Emmy has a scarf. Not her bladed scarf, but she's got one from the adventuring outfit.
No, you didn't buy blankets to go with your bedroll.
They also didn't buy.
Are you surprised? Are you?
You know what? I think this is an elaborate ruse of Emyrelda's to force Magpie to share with her.
No.
That's right. I mean, you got a bird buddy. They're pretty warm. Fluff up their feathers. Get nice and close.
Birds are warm as shit.
Well, depending on the person and depending on the defecation, that might not be very warm. But okay. Okay, perception rolls from those on duty, please.
Get the straight out.
All right.
So is Magpie still on his walk then?
Well, it depends. Has it been half an hour?
Is this this is under the previous level stats?
You guys leveled up, so if you didn't level up before the game...
No, I
that's
leveled up. I just want to double check
used.
before I use my leveled up ones because it changes a certain few things for me.
We're counting this as kind of a rest, so you
Okay.
can use your leveled up stats.
I have a plus to perception now.
Wow.
How could you afford that?
I may have taken a few additional traits and picked up magical knack and scout or whatever it is. So for me, that's a 20.
What?
A 20. Whoa.
If I roll crap here, Gideon might actually have better perception than Magpie.
No, unless you can. I've got a +4 now.
That's what I'm saying. If I roll crap, if I roll less than a 7, which I do not. 23.
Okay.
Gives Gideon a little side eye, like, when the fuck did that happen?
Yeah. So you're surprised, yeah, as you start to come back. Let me see. Who else was on? I don't have everybody's roles. So I've got Emmy's, and I know Greg's and Kane's.
I assume
Magpie.
Wayko is not on watch.
Okay. Wayko went to bed.
He had a
and is
rough time.
sleeping. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Wayko did have a rough time of it down there.
Yeah.
I almost died.
Just a little.
I'm going to bed with my chicken. Call me at noon.
I almost died from one attack.
Hey now. He was taking on 3 ghouls by himself.
Yeah, mooks.
And he killed one of them while he was immobilized.
2.
Killed 2 of them, I think.
Immobilized?
Well, one of them while he was
No.
immobilized, the other while he was still
Yeah.
standing.
Oh, all right.
He's like,
So-
Psh, that's nothing.
So, Emmy, you don't see nothing. In fact, it's really cold out here. You can't even get to sleep until Magpie gets back, which he does. And surprising you, Magpie, Gideon hails you before you even get all that close. Doesn't necessarily say anything, but acknowledges your presence.
Yeah. Yes, Gideon?
Hello.
Hello? Did you miss me? Did you want something?
No. Just giving a watch.
Oh, all right.
How to make this as awkward as possible.
So, Gideon, how do you feel about cologne?
You're the second person who's mentioned this, but it depends. Is there really anything that can counteract Eau de Paladin?
I mean, a bath.
I bathe. I just haven't had a chance since we started this. It's been a day.
I'm just saying, you could have come with me. We could have had a bath together.
Wouldn't Emyrelda have something to say about that?
I don't know. You might watch. She's weird.
I don't know how far away they are, but if Emmy hears this, she snickers a little bit,
You
finding it
hear.
amusing. She's
Yeah.
she's
I
laughing a little
appreciate
bit.
the offer, but
We all
I don't swing that way, as it were.
What do you mean? There's nothing weird about watching one of your friends.
Not
Says
intense
every
I
action.
Japanese
figured, I figured after all this time, Gideon, that we were like a community. You know, like we would do stuff for each other. I wash your back, you wash mine, literally and figuratively.
Have you never heard of a loofah? On a
Fuck is a
stick.
loofah?
Ham and loofah on a stick. All right. So,
So
Well, anyways, you need to work on your social boundaries. But we can talk about that later.
Good night.
Wayko
all
is
right.
now
So I
finding
guess he'll start to climb the tree and then see that Emyrelda doesn't have a blanket or a bedroll. I'll have to get back
she
down.
would,
to that problem.
she was gonna motion him over, anyways, and offer to help sort of preen the new feathers that are growing in from where he'd been burned on his that he can't quite reach.
Oh, a clever ruse. Yeah. So while that's happening,
and she's falling asleep on you as she's going.
She's gonna ask Magpie to tell her a joke.
I don't. There's no way I'm climbing back up that tree with that death grip of hers.
That's true. That's true. All
So a
right.
man, a troll, and an ogre walk into a bar, and I don't. That's all you hear before the camera pans away.
Hands away. Was
Good, because Wayko was
Mal
like
gonna say something?
stones away from an angry lip stitch. Beat stitch. Yes.
Okie dokie.
That's
So the
the
night.
case. Emmy will briefly mumble something about tossing feathers and head into the tent and fall asleep on the ground.
Okie dokie. So the night goes swimmingly then. No one notices anything, any kind of problems. Gideon and Magpie kind of hear a fluttering, but it's probably some birds flying over or something like that, or who knows, bats. Who cares? You're tired, and you sleep. And you sleep. And you sleep. By the time that it rolls around for someone to wake and rouse everyone, the sun is likely well into the 11 to 10 o'clock range in the sky, AM. And the frost is gone, the fire's out, and you're waking up having slept, some of you in armor, unless you took it off, and so on. So the day begins, and you guys are basically sitting there eating a late breakfast, early lunch type setup. You're getting second breakfast. No, you're getting 11sies, excuse me. And what would you like to do with this day now that you are rested, recuperated, and leveled up?
Okay. Well, the only person who would actually have had to sleep outside of their armor was Gideon.
Yes, and I would have, and would be looking for some assistance donning it. I've basically been running with the assumption that somebody's been helping me put my armor on.
Oh, now you want help. This is okay.
Given different circumstances and what have you, but yes. And then, well, should we make sure the house is empty before we head back and make sure everybody knows what's going on?
Oh yeah, no, let's toss this bitch.
Yes, we might as well
Okay.
take a closer look and see if there's anything other.
So, if I remember correctly, there was one room upstairs that we didn't really get a chance to go through, and that had something of interest. And then the basement, correct?
Wait, you want to go back inside?
Make sure
Yeah,
there's
everyone's dead.
nothing else is there. What if there's another undead thing in there?
Then I
The
guess
house
we'll
tried to kill us.
stab it to death.
Exactly. We stab it or slice it to death. Make sure the undead thing no longer is live dead. And we continue and make sure that the town is safe and knows what's going on. And never to trust Alden Foxglove again.
I'm pretty sure whatever's been stabbable in there has been stabbed. Otherwise, the only thing we have left to lose in there is our sanity. Before
Also,
going
you
back
had
and
it to
doing
begin with.
Well. All right, teams of 3 and teams of 2. Emyrelda and Wayko with me. Mazus can go with Gideon.
pass.
No pass.
Pass.
I need extra arms to carry junk.
You can come with us, kid, if you want to.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make multiple trips then. All right. Does anyone have a tarp by chance?
The tarp.
Portable hole, bag of holding, something like that.
Handy haversack.
I'll settle for a tarp.
I mean,
Giant bindle.
it's a backpack and not a whole lot in it anymore.
Bedroll. Bedroll might work. Anyways, bring your bedrolls.
Okay.
And he sort of
We'll need to move.
rolls her eyes, huffs angrily, and gets ready to go back in.
It's not hard to believe there's anything in there worth stacking.
Yeah,
Surely-
we're only going to be in there for like an hour tops.
That's too long in a haunted house.
So I'm going to. Is the door still open?
Or actually, no, we'll use the tents because these are old tents.
Yeah.
They'll be made of canvas. That'll work.
And Is the
Okay.
door still open, Adam?
No, the door's closed. There's a python sitting on the steps on the outside.
Remember? We closed the door.
We closed the door after we left?
Yeah, because fuck this place.
Ah, okay. Okay, I'm gonna try the door handle.
All right. It opens. It's not locked.
Okay. I will step in. And where do you want to start? The basement or upstairs?
All right. Magpie's gonna tighten that door back open again, so it can't close.
Okay.
All right. One team upstairs, one team main floor. We'll work our way down.
Perception check, Gideon.
Okay. 22.
Oh,
You
yeah.
look. You look around, and something catches your nose. Smell of smoldering fur.
Well, that's gross.
That's very weird. Has anybody been burnt? Yeah, where's that coming from?
Well, I told
Get
you.
nice and close, Magpie. Why don't you make Magpie? You got nice and close. Why don't you make me a reflex save?
Oh no, it's like I have evasion or something.
Hmm.
22.
All right. You do not take 4d6 of fire damage, but everyone everyone can see technically. So you see this flaming body of a manticore rise up and swoop down at Magpie, who dodges out of the way at the last second. It's scooting just across his freshly healing from other burns back.
Well,
I told you this
it
place was trying to
appears
kill us.
the reset overnight. Be
See?
very careful.
I told you there was a fire trap thing.
I knew. That's why I moved out of the way.
All right. So we're doing this. Okay. Who wants to go upstairs to the room that we missed?
I want to go back out to the tents.
I'm still standing outside.
Mazus
I mean,
would go
you know
and-
what? If you guys want to be huge chickens, you can watch the foyer.
Mazus will go and retrieve those candelabras that he found earlier.
Okay. You want to just retrieve them or look at them first?
He already evaluated their worth, so he'll just
Okay.
pocket them.
Okie dokie. All right, people moving around. I'm watching.
Let's zoom all the way out so I know where the hell I am.
I'm taking a look in this one because I don't remember if there's anything of value in here. And then I'll move to B9.
Okay, so pausing for a moment to see what Gideon sees at B6. Is it B6? No, it's not B6.
Oh, it's B8.
There it is, B8. You look around. There's it's kind of like just that drawing room that we had talked about before, probably where someone would sit and read books from the library area just adjacent that you remember.
Okay.
There's still some mold clinging to the curtains on the southern window, and the curtain seems to be closed.
Okay. But nothing else sort of stands out to me, just the curtains are closed.
That's correct.
Okay, I'll move into B9 because I think there was. We picked up the statue. We picked up the scarf already. I just wasn't sure if there was anything else in this room.
Indeed, you picked up the scarf, and there's a scarf in the room.
Again. Okay, I'm going to leave that thing alone because actually, I'm going to check the bag to make sure I still have my scarf.
You look for the scarf. You look for the scarf that you picked up in here, or you look
Yeah.
for the.
I look for the scarf that I picked up from here.
You can't seem to find it.
You must
Mazus
have,
is going to kill me if I don't have that damn scarf.
you must have dropped it.
Is there anything else in this room other than the scarf on the ground at this point?
There are some moldy books. you do realize you're probably not the best person to assess value of books, but yes.
All right. Gideon will pick up the scarf
Okie doke.
and make his way back to the main foyer.
You do pick up the scarf without any problem. So,
Okay.
let me see. Hold
Mazus will look at the glass things while the others are searching around.
Okay. You can make me another Arcana check, and you're going to get a little bit of a boost since you are having a bit more light to work with, as well as having looked at it a little bit briefly before.
26.
Okay.
That's a good one.
The runes on the box around the boxing around the different stained glass bits are definitely magical runes that are necromancy related, and the monsters do not seem to be emerging from the boxes, but the stained glass boxes rather seem to be drawing them in, and their visages are not ones of rage like you had previously thought, but instead of fear.
So it looks like the windows are containing the monsters?
Well, the window has a picture of a seven-sided box, and pouring out of it, you thought, was the visage of certain things. A gnarled tree with an enraged face, an immense hook-beaked bird with the blue sky and gold plumage, a winged centaur-like creature with a lion's body and a snarling woman's upper torso, and a deep blue squid-like creature with evil red eyes. You thought they were emerging from this seven-side box depicted in the window, but they're not. They're being drawn into it.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Did you do any other assessing in B7?
The piano room?
Yes. I believe Mazus went in there to grab stuff.
I mean, I don't think there was anything but the piano.
Right. There's a piano, and that was really all you got. So,
Yeah.
all you saw.
Shouldn't there be like a bathtub down there now?
That's in B6.
I mean, she's right.
Yeah, it's in B6. There's a nasty smell coming from B6.
Yeah, the rotten rat.
All right. So hold on, Gideon. You just came up the stairs. It is. So, Magpie, Gideon's coming up the stairs as you're going into B11, I guess?
Yeah.
All right. It's still creepy up here. You guys still feel an oppressive air within this place. Even Wayko, who's staying by the window, it's like the windows don't want to show the outside. You look through the windows, but they just don't seem as clear as they should be. And it's not the dust and the mold. They just don't seem that way.
Okay.
Oh, it'll only be an hour. Not too bad. Oh, just an hour.
We've been here for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, and it still sucks. Wow.
Just tell me about this room. Do you want a perception check?
Yes. Perception check is fine.
29.
29. You hear the sound of a child crying beneath the bed.
Oh, shut up. Is that the only thing in this room?
That's what you hear in this room.
All right, what?
You also see a few things that might be settable. There's a toy box that might have some old toys that may have been good. Who knows? There's a big stone fireplace there, of course. Big enough, to just step into if you were a small creature or a child.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like a fairly plain room. You're not sure. You didn't look under the bed the last time. You got a little caught up. But yeah.
It's not real. They're just ghosts. It's not real. They're just ghosts. It's not real. What are the sheets like? I mean, I know this house has fallen into disrepair, but silk is silk.
You don't think that these children's ones are silk, but you do remember that in B18, the main B18 and B15, the main master bedrooms, there was some silk. So,
All right. I'll toss the bed just to be safe.
okay, so you go over to the bed. Make me a This one is a will save.
Yeah, that's what I figured. 15.
Ooh, okay. So you made it. Might not tempt that one again though.
Mm-hmm.
So again, you start to feel this creeping in of these thoughts about your parents and knives, and he was after you, and all of those similar feelings start to come back, but again, you resist and you fight them off.
I'm gonna pick up this chair and I'm gonna smash the windows with it.
Okay. But you do toss the bed, and when you throw up the mattress, you find a few gold shinies.
Oh, sick.
And you toss it, and they're like little figurines that seem to be molded into the shapes of different characters from a children's book. So it's probably a rather expensive gift for Aldern, because you remember that this was his room by your flashing into that memory. So you got 3 tiny figurines, and you can call them golden little figurine warrior, little figurine mage, little figurine thief.
3 figurines. Warrior. Mage. Thief.
They look golden to you.
Gold until proven otherwise.
Or until I sell them for gold.
Till I tell someone
Oh.
they're gold.
Okay. You are able to make it back out. And Gideon's standing right there about to talk to Emyrelda.
Well, I'm going to keep moving past, but.
Step aside a
okey-doke.
little bit, let him through.
Yep, this house is still spooky. Everything's still spooky. I still hate it here, but there's money. And he shows off the
B17, is
figurine.
the door still open or is it closed?
It is closed.
Okay. Remembering from the day before, Gideon is going to enter and close the doors behind him.
Okay.
Are the paintings back to being dusty?
They are. Everything's as if nothing happened.
Okay, he's going to continue walking through to B18 and open those doors.
Okay, so we're not touching those things.
No, because those were creepy paintings that changed.
Yes.
I don't think those will sell.
Okay.
Do I hear the doors opening on the other side of the room through these doors?
Yes.
All right,
You
I'm going to open those doors then.
Just make sure not to touch the paintings. It looks like they're back to being creepy, dusty paintings versus just really creepy paintings that scare us all.
Yep, I had that confirmed for me in the other room. This place still sucks.
So you didn't touch them this time, so nothing happens. You open the door to this other room, to B18, and you see a lovely gold dagger, almost ceremonial in its trappings.
Wait,
And
was I here for this?
well, only Gideon sees it right now.
Okay.
Because he's just opening the doors up. So you see
Do I
that.
recall that I tried to stab myself with it the last time?
I would think so. I don't think that's something you're going to forget anytime soon.
So I'm going to whisper, I'm going to talk to the shiny expert. You know what? There's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
dilemma.
that's okay. Yep. I'll do
There
it.
is a dilemma because actually no, I think you were here for me trying to stab myself with it
I'm pretty
the
sure.
previous time. Watch out for the dagger. It's not real. It's trying to kill you. Everything else in the room is fair game.
Were you just gonna let me stab myself? Was that your plan?
No, I was actually going to go pick it up just in case to stop you from doing it to yourself.
Oh,
Okay.
all right. Cursed object, no touchy. What else is in this
Alright.
room?
There are those silk sheets, like you remember. There's
Ooh.
also there's some little chests, little jewelry boxes that were shaped like chests on both of those things. One by the little shiny dagger, and there's another over here on the southern portion, on the southern little vanity stand there.
Let me go
Alright,
get the
That's
one
not a
by
vanity
the
stand. Almost.
dagger.
I'm gonna check both of those jewelry
Okay.
boxes real quick, see if there's anything in them.
I'm trying to keep Magpie as
Unfortunately,
far away
no.
from that dagger as possible.
All right, I'm not gonna touch it. Okay, calm down.
And you're going to have to make me a will save, Gideon, as you get within
Yep.
proximity.
I figured I was going to. That's why I didn't want him by that thing. Okay. Big. No enemies. Think that'll do. It's a 17.
I was gonna say, what did you roll?
17?
4?
Oh, you better hope it did. Yes, you are fine. You go over, and instead of going for the box, your hand reaches over towards the dagger, lifts it up, and pulls it, and you're about to go, huh? And then you stop yourself, remembering, oh, yeah. And you
This
look down,
again.
and it's that sharpened piece of wood. Yeah, yeah. So you do not coup de grace yourself. All right. While you guys are ransacking that room, let's see what the
Hey,
mage finds in
You are just
B12.
too valiant for your own good. I'm
Okay.
gonna write down 2 jewelry boxes. I don't know what's in them.
The jewelry boxes look kind of crummy. Unfortunately, they have not stood up well.
Yeah,
and
but
they
I mean,
have nothing in them.
oh,
So sorry.
You did mention silk sheets, though.
yeah, I
Just
wrote
saying.
down silk sheets.
Silk sheets for we're gonna say it's probably a king size bed. It's quite a bit of silk. They're not in the best condition. Maybe able to get someone to do mending or something like that, and maybe boost them up.
Oh yeah, magic.
But you don't know.
Mending's like
Magic.
a 0 level spell, isn't it?
Mhm.
No mazes.
It's a
Yeah.
I have
All
a
right,
business
speaking of
proposition for you.
Can you imagine how much money just a mender would make in a fantasy setting?
Oh yeah, no.
Right.
it would-
Man, just charge 1 gold piece for each cast. 1 gold piece. You get unlimited cantrips during the day. So, I mean, come on.
And it's a 6-second cast.
Poof, poof, poof. Yeah, I'm just saying. All right. So as you go in there, to remind you what you see in B12, because you guys didn't get to have a good look. It's a large room. It features 2 padded chairs and a long couch facing a wide alcove, lined with stained glass windows. These windows depict a diverse array of animals and plants. From north to south are a large, pale, and ghostly scorpion, a gaunt man holding out his arms as a dozen bats hang from him, a moth with a strange skull-like pattern on its wings, a tangle of dull green plants with bell-shaped flowers, and a young maiden sitting astride a well in a forest, while a spindly spider the size of a dog descends along the string of webbing above her. I am assuming that you're wanting to make a check to better understand this.
Yeah. Like,
It's going to be another Arcana.
is it different in any way from the one downstairs? except for the depictions, of course. But
Not really. And this one takes you a bit more time. You still see those runes in the window and around the window itself. And you do, just barely, it hits you a little bit that these are more necromancy magic. And they seem to be kind of like a component list. Scorpion venom, perhaps vampire's breath, the tongues of deathwing moth, perhaps. Belladonna looks familiar. And oh, that last one, the spider and the maiden. You need the heart of a maiden slain by poison.
that's quite the shopping list.
Yep. And you don't fully grasp at the moment what type of spell this is for, but it's definitely something that has affected this house.
He's gonna write this down.
Okay.
And then probably head for the level, the next staircase to get the last depictions.
Okay. So, as you head out that way, we'll say that Gideon and Magpie have finished wrecking that room.
Yeah, there's nothing under this bed.
Unfortunately, not. What appears to be the case is that it's been pretty well picked clean already by someone else.
Damn.
Or either that it's been transferred somewhere where this wealth might be. You don't know.
Mazus is done with B12.
To
Yes.
the next room, then, to B13, and
Okay.
take a look in there. Do I see
I'm
anything
going to B14.
value?
So B15 and B14. No, B15 and B13. Okay. So B13, as you open up the door, you remember that this is Aisha's room, or the ghostly Aisha's room. And you definitely see shattered glass on the other side where she had finally, where she had caught a glimpse of someone and smashed it and turned around and went looking for Aldern. Make me a perception check.
Certainly. That would be a 15.
You don't see much in here for ransacking.
Very
It does
well.
not seem to be as well furnished as the others.
Then he will move on to go upstairs with Mazus.
Okay. So Mazus and Gideon head further upstairs. In 15, you see what is probably meant to be Aldern's master bedroom. And the master bedroom definitely has some sheets that are not nearly as messed up, but they're kind of just thrown on the floor. They're not on a bed. So they're dirty, but definitely good for a look. There's still a backwards there's still a backwards portrait above it would be the northwest wall.
I'm flipping that around.
Okie dokie. That is fine.
So that's the silk sheets again.
Silk sheets, same size, better quality at the moment. All right, Gideon, you're heading in there. B22. Magpie or Emmy, you doing anything else on this floor?
There's no point in going into B14 because that's the room where the tub fell through the ground.
True. All right.
And it looks like we've marked off every room worth going into. I'm pretty sure B10 just goes down to the foyer.
To your remembrance, that's correct. So, Mazus, you get there a little ahead of Gideon, just kind of walking confidently. You don't have as much where are you? You feel like you're starting to figure a few things out, or at least get some clues to what you're trying to find, and you make it up here. This was probably based upon the looking glass and stuff. This is probably the observatory. There's a desk and a chair that sit in the middle, and it's pretty drafty up here. Most of the chimneys rise on the west side. They kind of all converge in this particular area to come out through the top. The northern window depicts a long-haired woman with pale skin, large green eyes, and a black and red gown. With both hands, she wields a jagged iron staff. The southern window's lower half has been broken and patched with canvas. What remains of its upper half depicts a handsome man dressed in a regal finery and a crown of ivory and jade. Small scorch marks mar the wood near the broken window. A battered and ruined telescope lies on its side near the desk, and a large trap door in the roof has been tied shut by several lengths of rope.
All right.
And let me see. Where... So you go and examine the windows, or you just look at them from... What you do?
He's doing the same thing. He's doing the Arcana. Trying to figure out the component things that they depict.
Okay.
Which seems like the thing that they are meant for.
Okay. So as you look at the Arcana and stuff in there, you have to get close enough to do it.
Yeah.
And as you get closer to that window, the broken one, something creeps into your mind. An idea. Perhaps you need to make me a will save.
No.
24.
24. So you
Nice.
you feel like you need to throw yourself out this broken window because it's not worth it anymore, and it's getting hot in the room, and there's fire licking around you, and it's just not worth it. You've got to, and as your hands are going on the window to go out, you hear Gideon come in the room, and you go, and you break yourself free from it.
Oh, Gideon.
You're all right?
Yeah. No,
Just having a look out the window.
yeah, something must have fell out of this window because it's completely messed up.
Apparently. While he's checking the windows, I'm going to take a look around to see if there's anything of importance or value.
Okay. So you're checking around these windows. These actually don't appear to have any kind of arcane purpose, but they are depicting something. You can make a history check if you like.
24.
All right. These are reminiscent of a couple of wizards that you've heard about. The first one being Arazni, the harlot queen of Geb, and the southern one, perhaps Socorro, the butcher of Carrion Hill. Perhaps these were inspirations for whoever was editing the house, because it's clear that this isn't something built. These windows were not built by Aldern or commissioned by Aldern.
This I
There's
know.
something different. Yes.
Do I know anything about these wizards?
You know some rumors and stuff like that. I mean, you're familiar with Arazni. She is big deal in Geb. So she's a necromancer lich. And she used to be, you know that she used to be some kind of holy fae or angel. You'd have to do some more research. You're not quite sure. But she was holy at one point, but was corrupted into lichdom. So she's definitely a lich, known lich. And similar with what's his name again? Socorro, the Butcher of Carrion Hill. You know, he's probably from, what's the name of that country? Begins with a U.
Ukraine, Uganda,
No, fictional country.
Uzbekistan.
Fictional country.
Narnia.
That doesn't have a U in it at all.
Underworld.
No,
It's a silent
it is-
U at the beginning.
Narnia.
No,
Narnia.
it's basically the Transylvania of the Runelords of the Pathfinder setting. You know, he
Ustalov?
was there. Ustalov, there we go. Ustalov. You know that he was based in Ustalov. And again, you need some more research to get some, pinpoint details. But he was either suspected or confirmed, you're not quite sure, of lichdom.
It's like a pattern.
Indeed.
Someone is idolizing liches.
Yeah. Oh, I was mistaken before, Greg. That B13 was not that was not Aisha's room. That's up here. B13
Okay.
was a child's room, and it did not have silk sheets.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fair.
All right.
Picking up the
Let me see.
the spyglass thing.
Oh, yes. That does not appear to be trapped. And it does appear to be functional. You kind of glance through a little bit, look at the lenses. It does appear to be functional. You're not quite sure if all the parts are there, but it does appear to be functional in its current state.
All right.
Is there anything else in that room?
The trapdoor.
Nope. There's the trapdoor on that up high.
Can I check the trapdoor?
I checked the trapdoor.
See if there's
traps.
anything. Yeah,
Um,
basically. That's
You can draw me a perception check.
sure. Natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay. Well, you can't crit succeed on skill checks.
Which gives me a 24.
That's right. So you definitely notice that, yeah, that probably leads up out towards the roof. And it's been secured. You might be able to break it loose, maybe. You could, maybe if you cut
Sure.
the stuff. Okay. You can make me a strength
What do you
check.
want me to roll? Sure.
Roll for violence.
So that would be, let me just pull up my straight strength.
If I remember
Uh-huh.
correctly, Gideon has like a plus 15 to violence.
So that would be a modified 20 for strength.
All right, you. But those ropes, they go, and they hold it.
Well, I guess we're not getting up there.
Well, you don't have to give up so
Trying to get out under the
easily.
roof.
Well, would you like me to try again?
Perhaps there's a more thought out way than just brute force. I'm just saying.
It is.
There are usually other options most of the time.
Okay,
And
so
just to verify, we pretty much did 23 already, so the only one that's left to do is 24.
no, you haven't. Well, you looked in 23. Yeah, you did look in 23.
We got the books, the scrolls,
Yep.
and a whole whack of other stuff in there.
Right. So Mazus and Emmy move you to where you want, move yourselves to where you want to be,
Okay,
and
so just to be clear, because I'm going to give all these rooms a cursory search since we're not in a rush now, B19 to B21, every room in between. Is there?
mainly storage.
Yeah, I know it's mainly storage, but is there anything in there worth selling? Like more good linen or old candlesticks or
Unfortunately, no. There's holes in all the linen, and most of the furniture is wooden
Okay.
and pretty much rotted. Wayko, did you want to do anything in B8 or 9?
No, it seems like it was all right. He went and he sat down in B8 for a little bit. Now he's gone into, I guess he pokes around. Is there any books along these shelves or these?
There's lots of books along the shelves. So when you were in B8, you noticed,
Most
you
of them are
remember that
moldy
this is
and
the,
Yeah.
most of them are moldy. So in B8, you remember that this is the spot where you saw
Saw the girl.
who you, guessing was Aisha's face, but the window's closed now. You remember leaving it open, but it's closed now.
He's trying to
And
do
then-
whatever he can to not rustle any feathers here.
Okay,
Waiting for
and you look in
guys to
B9.
finish your second adventure in this house.
You look in B9, and make me a perception check to see if you find any books of interest.
That'll be a 16 perception.
Okay. Most of the books are pretty torn up. You see a few that may be good, but you open them up and like, no, close. No, close. Hey, this one's kind of nice. You open it up, the pages look okay. They look pretty preserved. You might sell it to the book guy in Sandpoint. You know he's there somewhere. So you think you might be able to sell that to the book guy. Maybe you'll get, I don't know, you're estimating between 3 to 5 gold, but it's something.
He's much more interested in reading it.
Okay, well, if you go to read it, you find that it is a book for, not for children, but it is a fiction book. And it seems to detail the journey of a halfling and a group of dwarves who were goaded on by a wizard to go and expunge a red dragon out of its keep that it had taken from the dwarves before.
Tale's so riveting, I won't even notice how moldy this chair is.
Yeah.
Or the classics.
There you go. All right. Let me see. Peeps is there. All right. Emyrelda, can you mend the magic? Oh, does Emyrelda have mending magic? I mean, if you could get mending magic in here, maybe you could get some money out of this stuff. But
Sadly, she does not.
oh,
Have the
Magpie's
mend
plans
spell.
foiled again. All right.
I was mostly asking for the sheets.
Yep. Most of this stuff is too far gone, but there may be a piece or two in here. Whether it's worth getting someone out here who has mending magic or not,
Yeah.
that's a whole nother story.
If Mazus and Gideon are up here for these last 2 rooms, I'm going to head back down towards the basement because I remember there are rooms we actually didn't go into in the basement.
Okay. So Magpie turns to Emmy and he's like, hey, there may be some stuff in the basement. And you guys head off.
I
Fat
hope you
boots down
find
below.
all the gold dookie your heart could ever desire.
Maces want to
There
get
you go.
that trapdoor open.
Oh, okay. So you want to do what to get that trapdoor open?
There were some ropes that were holding it. Correct?
You do see some ropes on this side for sure that have kind of been wound around and jacked in it and tied in it to keep it closed.
He wants to cut those ropes.
Okay. That is totally doable. Do you have I assume you have something. If you don't, I'm sure you'll ask Gideon for it.
He has sharp tools. Yes.
Okay. I figured as much. So you were able to cut those ropes fairly easily. They had started to deteriorate, especially from that jarring that Gideon did. So yes, you cut those ropes, and you have it a little bit unroped.
And he takes his staff and Opens the hatch.
Okie dokie. So as you make me a strength check,
13.
you go, and you're like, oh, my back. Oh. Stretch it around, try to stretch it out a little bit, but nope.
Matthews. Matthews.
Give me 1 second, I'll be right there.
All right.
I'm going to take a quick look into B24 because I don't think there was anything of value in there.
Okay, this
if I
is the
remember
one.
correctly.
Yes, this is
Yeah.
the one for Aisha.
Aisha.
So open it up, see the broken glass, stuff like that. Roll me a perception check. It has that roof that slopes deep down.
That would be a 14.
14. Don't see anything really. Nothing that you think, unless you want to take a broken mirror with you.
Does it look valuable? If mended?
It's a full mirror. If you had someone mending,
Sure.
but you got to have all the pieces. You have to have all the pieces to mend something.
Oh, yeah, no,
if
never
I'm
mind.
remembering right.
Never mind. And Gideon and Mazus already went through the other room quite diligently from what I remember last time. So he'll go back down to B22 and try to help him with that strength check.
Okay.
I thought it would be easier opening it if you remove the ropes. What do you think?
I don't know. I pull on things.
You have a sword.
Gideon's not on his best game today. I mean, he was he was fighting ghouls last night. You know, I mean,
Knowledge engineering is not his thing.
all right. So you're going to give me another strength check, I guess.
Yeah, I'll give you a strength check here. That would be an 18.
18?
Yep.
Let me check this. All right.
I've only got a plus
so,
5. Come on now.
Yeah. So you go, "Ugh," and it goes, "Eh." Still didn't budge.
I think we need to apply more violence this time.
Ow.
Could you cut it loose?
Yep.
Okay, I'll try cutting it loose.
Okay.
Like, is
So-
the trapdoor's up top, right?
Yeah, you're kind of
Where's down
standing
low?
on stuff. No,
Pardon?
it's the there's a slope,
Okay.
so the ceiling gets a little bit lower by the windows, and you're standing on this table and chair to do this. So,
Okay.
and it's not to clarify this trapdoor. It's not one of like a small trapdoor for like a single person. It is a larger, double-sized at least trapdoor to open up and allow what you would assume is viewing of the stars with the said spyglass. So just putting that information deeper in there for you guys.
Are you sure this can be cut loose?
I could try and give you a hand, and then we'll see where we go from there.
What am I cutting? The rope?
I don't know.
Rope's already cut. Meanwhile, you hear downstairs some thumping on a wooden.
I
For
really
those
don't
not
see
paying
if-
attention to the
I don't
chat,
see how we're
for
going
those
to be
watching,
doing this.
Yeah. It sounds almost like someone flipped over an entire dining room table and then pushed it 20 feet across the floor.
Shall we
and
go
allowed
join
someone
the
else to dance on it.
Take a look in the basement, see if there's anything we missed down there that could be of value.
Well, I mean, I don't want to rush you guys if you're not done.
Wayko shouts, "Have you found Foxglove yet?"
I'm done. I'll make my way down.
Yes, we might as well go there, I suppose.
Did you guys do beat 23 and 24?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Make our
So-
way down.
that's doable. You guys make your way down. Magpie's already headed down. He's going ahead of you guys. It's like, I gotta get down there before they do.
Well, we could give
Okay.
this room with all the books a more thorough search.
Well, there's also the kitchen and whatever those doors are.
Yeah. Well, let's check the room we've been in before.
Okay then.
I'll just double check it really quick since I've got.
Gideon's going to search the kitchen as he does that. I think that's a kitchen.
Okay. So we're gonna pause right there because I need a restroom break, and maybe the viewers do too.
No, I don't really like the idea of burning books first, though. I'm okay if they burn down in a house fire, but don't use it to start a fire. That's disrespectful. I'd probably try to burn this mold on the floor. Or we can start burning anything.
I think we tried to burn the mold, and that was the problem, is it wouldn't light.
Well, we burnt it in the basement and it went up, and then when we left and came back, the mold was back.
No, it's instant.
Something like that.
I feel like if I go through this module and there's a line of text that says, if they try to burn down the house, it doesn't work. I'm never gonna buy another adventure path again.
That's not exactly what it says.
I'm gonna
No.
run across the table. I'm going to start smashing chairs up in a pile to get a good kindling going. Because this is happening.
Nope, sounds like Wayko's way ahead of me.
So sick of haunted houses. Yeah, upstairs you just hear like clatter, clatter.
Clatter, break, bang. Waco's being Wayco.
Board
Yeah.
witch.
So I'm
You
gonna-
hear a. Apparently, Henryetta is.
the closest you can hear to
cheering
like
on.
mad cackling coming from a chicken.
He's
All
the
right.
only item he has on hand.
All right. So, 29 to start off with. Perception check for room 29.
Yeah.
B29.
29. 29 for 29.
29. There you go. All right. So, there we go. All right. So you're moving through the room, and you notice a subtle movement in the stained glass window, as if the man depicted there were sneering at you.
Well, you know what? Is he just holding bags and bags of money?
No.
I don't care.
Okay. So there's a couple stained glass windows in the room. It seems like this room is probably one of the most used rooms you've been in. You remember that from before. We're just going to use your 29 as you're tossing the room roll as well.
Okay.
And you find several different bits of parchment, lots of different the things that they're kind of like mumblings, they're scribblings, they're quick jottings down of several different thoughts that seem to be popping into Aldern's head, and you can tell there's a difference in handwriting between Aldern when he appears to just be thinking to himself or writing a note, and Aldern's writing when there's some presence or malignancy in what he's saying or writing or thinking.
Yeah, I have it written down as valuable notes. Aldern/descent into madness.
There you go. That's a good way to do it. And as you're coming to the center of the room, tossing things about, you need to make me a DC will save.
God damn it. I hate ghosts. Modified 20.
So all of a sudden, you are filled with a sudden fear and terror of Vorel, and Vorel, he's transforming himself. He's already done it, and your children would have to save the child. And as you start to go out the door quickly by Emmy, you go to the door, and Emmy's right there and kind of looks at you for a second, and then you're like, what?
Man, like, this house has a whole lot of baggage associated with it, and I don't think it's healthy.
I agree. Can't wait to get out of here again.
Yeah, that's just a couple more rooms, my dear, and we'll never see this place again.
Epic foreboding. All right. So you ransack the room. You do find a book. It has writing.
A book.
Like Mazus likes.
Oh, is it a spell book?
It doesn't seem like a very thick one. I mean, you look through it, and you can tell as you look through it, it's not anywhere near complete or anywhere near full or anything like that.
It's like an apprentice's spell book or something.
Right. But this one, you get the feeling was more towards like you said, the apprentice, and that the masters may not be somewhere outside the house, but rather inside.
Apprentice's spell book.
So the master's spellbook is somewhere inside, is what you were saying.
That's the sense that he's getting.
What, inside this book? A book within a book?
No.
What is that?
No. But I would totally do that to you guys at some point. If we were in a homebrew, I'd totally do that to you guys.
Yeah, I know you.
Gideon and Mazus.
Kicking down the door. Going in.
All right. You just open the door?
Yeah.
All right. Make me a reflex. No, I'm playing.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right. So, 2 bunks stand in this room, and I'll reveal it in a second. Relatively free of dust and mold, a single chair lies on the side between. And let me reveal that for you.
Is this where the servants were sleeping, perhaps?
And as you say that to yourself, Gideon comes behind you and would tend to agree based on what he's seeing.
I'll make a quick little look. Well,
Okay.
10. Peasants.
10. Yeah, peasants. All right. That's what it looks like. Next door. Wayko, Mazus, you see him looking at that. Wayko, you're looking at these stained glass things of these nasty creatures, and they're all snarling at you outside of these boxes on the stained glass.
He's snarling back.
Henrietta's like, she's gesturing towards the window, and then some of the broken stuff and towards the window.
Could I throw it at the window? Say that what's going on in here? Ah, I see.
Don't witches at this level get don't familiars at this level get speak with master for witches?
I'm not sure.
Possibly. Pulling her separately, if that's what we're asking. In other case,
Hold on,
I'm
I need to
gonna
know
put a
that.
chair leg. I'm gonna pop it up in my hand, and I'm just gonna whip it at one of the windows.
This level, speak with master. Yep.
Just gonna.
Oh, it's they do? So,
Yeah.
for the first time ever, she looks at you as you pick it up, and she just says, "Throw it."
He's gonna scream "Devil Chicken" before running.
Our intelligence also went up this level.
Probably
To
like-
what?
It's
8.
comparable.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's okay.
Slightly
Oh,
dumber than a person.
So
you're
she's chasing
Smart
behind you
as
saying,
Gideon.
I said throw it! I said throw it! I said throw it!
Do it, you bitch!
Yeah. He's gonna run back. He's gonna run through here because they're chasing him. He's gonna throw it at the window as he runs by, and then keep running from the chicken. So I guess
You hear her keep saying to you, stop running, you effing B! You effing B! Get back here!
how did I know you'd always be abusive?
Get the F down! Get out of that room!
He's by the little unlit bonfire of chair legs. He's looking at her like, all right, what do you want from me? What did you do with my normal chicken?
Oh, didn't you know? I am your normal chicken. I am. And your mother says hello.
Oh. How hard do you think I'd have to throw you to break a window, Henryetta?
What makes you think I'd stay gone?
You never do.
I'm hit point damage? Like,
I'm gonna put my hat on her. Like, I'm not gonna put her in my hat. I'm just gonna throw it over her. And yes, I'm gonna throw another leg at the window. Maybe see if we can get a crack going here.
Okay. So, this is your first experience with your talking familiar, and she's nice and verbally abusive. All right. So, we will cut back down to everyone else. And
I was going through the
you guys
kitchen.
gonna open the door.
I was going to go through the kitchen first, if you don't
Yeah.
mind.
sorry, I thought you had already done it.
No.
Perception check Zet Kishon.
Okay. That'll do. 16.
16. There's some nice looking silverware maybe, but that's about, I mean, most of the food looks like it's spoiled.
Yeah, I was really just
Right.
looking for like silverware, dishes, anything like kitchenware, stuff like that.
Yeah, there's definitely not a complete set that you see, but maybe some silver in some of it. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else in the kitchen itself?
Not really. There's just the table like you saw. You know that the rats were eating, those rat swarms that attacked you guys were eating quite a bit of this up. So
Okay, and it's just the cupboards and the table.
pretty much.
Okay.
All right. You guys gonna open up which door?
Wow. I'm gonna open my door.
And I'm gonna
Okie
open up
dokie.
my door.
Come on.
Both doors.
Yay!
All right. At the same time.
It's a door off.
If you
There you
two
go.
behind us wouldn't, no, never mind. These are much smaller rooms than I thought.
There you go. So, firstly, let's take 27 and doo-doo-doo. So you see that this was once a pantry. This room has become a filthy, reeking lair of what must have been hundreds, if not thousands, of rats. Swaths of fur clung to everything, and mounds of rat droppings cover the floor.
We're millionaires.
Yeah, do you know what rat dropping sells for these days?
It's too bad it wasn't bats.
All right.
You'd have enough bat
Well,
guano
then
to
you
catch fireball for the rest of your life.
I'll take a quick look before evacuating the room.
Okay. So with an 18, It's basically a used up pantry. You don't see anything here worth its salt. Not even the salt. So, unfortunately, no fun surprises there. But Magpie on 28,
Mm-hmm.
2 wine racks line the walls here. Their shelves empty and dusty. Mounds of broken glass bottles clutter the floor. Would you like to make a check?
I will. 24.
All right. Okay. Something interesting catches your keen eye. On the western rack, top shelf, a hinged and hidden compartment in the back wall. Do you want to look in it?
Yeah, I guess I'll check it for booby traps.
Okay.
Half my level, right? So 23.
23. So, you don't see any traps on it.
Good enough for me.
All right.
Let's open that
So
popper
you-
out.
All right.
Flip the switch.
So-
Pop the latch.
You pop that latch. Beyond is a narrow nook in which are hidden 8 fine vintages of wine from the famed Vingardius vineyard in distant Cheliax. Would you like to roll a appraise on these?
Vingardius. I'll get Mazus' educated opinion on him.
He's already
Okay.
appraising my silverware.
Well, you know what? The silverware and the wine aren't going anywhere except with us.
Yeah, I got a 28 appraise on the silverware.
Okay, we'll just use that for both. We'll say they came to you at about the same time. So the silverware is worth some money. I mean, it's worth silver,
Yeah.
but that's about it. You can probably sell it all for maybe 10 silver. It's just a small set of a few things, and they're not pure silver, so
That's an entire gold.
maybe it's an entire gold. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. Well, no, you know the exact amount for those, we'll say, because that's a 28. You know that's going to be about 10 gold, 10 to 12, 10
Silver?
to 12 silver. However, Magpie and his 8 wines, each of them is worth 100 gold.
Oh,
I am so great at my job.
I am amazing.
Hopefully I didn't miss anything then, but that's awesome. Continue.
Mazus,
Well,
I have a
welcome.
question for you, given our wondrous fortune here.
Yes, Badman.
When is your birthday?
My birthday. Is it today?
Yeah, sure. I don't have that much patience, anyways. And he hands over the apprentice spellbook.
Oh. Well,
Found this in the other room.
did you know? Did you? And he starts flipping through the pages.
All right. As you flip through the pages, you find spells that you are familiar with.
It's pretty
Some of them
incomplete.
seem.
I feel like there might be another one here somewhere.
You know what? I had that feeling too.
So you look through and you get the feeling that this is probably the apprentice book. It contains, mechanically, if you were to look at an apprentice or what is that class? Adept?
Mhm.
It has all the spells that they know. So if you don't know any of those, you now do. Or you can sell
Of
it.
what levels?
An adept of probably up to level let me see. It's a low level adept, so we're gonna say, I think like 1. I'm whetting his appetite. It's mainly a level 1 adept.
Okay, so 0 on first.
Nothing
level.
super. Well, no, we'll say that if he gets 0 on first level, it's up to a first level spell book. We'll say that that's what it is. It's up to a first level caster spell book. So.
Okay, so he's got all the 0 and first level spells on the adept list. I will just post
how many level
somewhere.
1 spells is there though? Is it all of them?
It lists. It is complete enough to list all the level 1 spells that an adept would know.
Yeah, there's not
That's
a lot of them.
all it
It's
lists.
like 20 spells.
Yeah, but a lot of them that I can't get, so that's sort of good.
All right.
Oh, thank you, Magpie.
So-
This is a surprise. I am very, very surprised.
Yeah, I was hoping those would space out more, but they're in the Google chat.
Protection from
Okay.
law.
Apprentice spellbook. Who made us?
All right. So, you guys continue on then.
Where would a master keep his spellbook?
Well, there was the chamber we were in earlier.
With the water, maybe.
What, you mean down in the catacomb thing?
I mean, wasn't there some sort of? I remember there being some kind of island or something in the water.
We weren't able to see what was hidden away in those rooms, so potentially we should head that way first. Get out the catacombs, make sure there's nothing left there.
All right. One more floor, and then we're out of here.
All right. That is doable.
Should we look to the left first, or continue to where we already know?
Well, if you want to turn the bodies and see if they carry anything, be my guest.
I was meaning the passageway here.
I don't think that goes anywhere, actually.
Is there anything down there? I've got the torch out. I'm just trying to see if because I just saw something go off this way.
Oh, look at that.
Should we take a look?
Yep, you first, flashlight boy.
Very well. I'll make my way through.
All right. Just a minute. I was writing down. Yeah, if you guys give me your characters' birthdays, I will tell you when they come up.
I was more so asking because I hope he would tell me, and then I'd be like, well, I don't have that much patience.
I was born when the sea first met the shore.
I usually don't go that far with character creation that I have birthdays.
I'm always tempted
Fine.
to say
You
like a
want
normal
great
day
stuff
in
from
life, but I
NPCs.
always do
Be
fall.
that way.
I don't want to learn the Galarian calendar.
Feels like a Pathfinder.
You don't have to.
I'll come up
You don't
with
have
one
to.
for next session.
Emmy doesn't know her birthday, so it doesn't really matter.
Foolin's
She
bar.
never celebrated a birthday.
Oh no.
No, her parents were Jehovah's Witnesses. They don't believe in
They were the eldest witnesses. There you go.
Yes, there you go.
Every day's a party with the eldest.
So that are Latter-day Saints. Hello.
All right.
I'm just putting that earworm in there now.
I would tell you to shut up, but that was pretty funny, actually.
All right. So you get about here. Roll me a perception check as I explain what you see.
All right.
Two.
Ooh. How did you poop out of your enclosure?
23.
29. Sorry.
Whatever.
Can't have you stealing my spotlight.
My falchion is out at this point in time as we're going down because I don't trust this area anyways.
This long cave stinks of rotten meat. The source of the horrific smell is readily apparent. A swath of carcasses is strewn in the floor of this place.
That's it.
And over here you see some light. Yes. And over here you see some light pouring down and a puddle of water. And those that are more spatially aware feel like this might be where the well is.
Right?
It's another one of those things that we don't want to drop dead stuff into, I bet.
No, I don't think it's that kind of well. It's more of like a. What's wrong with the wall over here?
The wall.
Yeah.
Right
This bit of
there.
wall.
Oh, it seems to be worn by mainly water. You see trickles of water coming down through those crevices.
Oh, okay.
So, and it, this is sandy right in here, so it kind of flows downward into that.
Okay. And there's nothing down here that we can see?
I haven't got any perception checks.
But you just got to.
You did 23 and 29.
Oh,
You asked us to roll during.
that's right. These guys, put them in here. Okay, so you guys 28, 29. You guys are aware enough as you're stepping down, and Mazus, make me a perception check too. 9. Nope.
He's busy with his
Amy. Yeah,
14.
14. Mazus and Emmy don't like stepping in this white junk that's on the ground along with these dead bodies. And as the two that got the good ones, Mazus, not Mazus, Magpie and Gideon kind of look around, they kind of look down, they kind of look up, and as they do, they see this pale thing, this thing with pale white fur, not fur that's naturally white, mind you, but that transparent white that comes from either blanching or lack of sunlight or a leprous type of white
Vitamin D
that comes
deficiency.
over. And it looks like there's a really big bat hanging up there, and its eyes just seem to be watching. And it's hanging
Okay.
up on the ceiling.
Okay.
And it sees you see it.
Can I quickly cast a spell?
All right, you have spells now.
I do.
Oh man, I'm the
Spell?
only one who can't cast spells. This is bullshit.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Um,
I'm gonna have to multi-class or something.
well, I was going to, like, is this a surprise round or anything along those lines, or would that be in time
That
to
thing
do
knows
it?
you're there.
It knows we're there.
That thing knows you're there. Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Are
probably.
you saying
almost
you want to
definitely see
initiate
the dark.
combat? Because that's different.
Well, this is more preparatory than actual combat oriented. I'm going to cast
Okay.
hedging weapons.
Okay. I don't have any
Okay.
weapons drawn, but I'm gonna prepare to draw a knife from the wrist sheath.
Okay. It stays there. It's way up there in this little arch.
How far?
Oh, probably a good 30 feet up.
Oh, did we
And I've
lose
got my
Colin for
hedging.
a second there?
Are you finding anything?
I'm back.
Okay.
And I'm also. Oh, you know what? The hell with it then. I'm going to initiate combat with it
All right.
by casting Smite Evil on it, and then
Okay.
throwing one of my hedging weapons at it. If I remember correctly, I get a 30 range on it, but let me pull it up.
I'll need initiatives then, because it's watching for you to make moves like that.
Okay.
Let me put it. I'm just going to set it to the side here. It's just above. It's above you guys, kind of in the middle. Layer, token layer, and objects and tokens. add turn. And it gets a 13. Okay. Amy, woo, that's a horrible initiative. All right.
Nah, only slightly.
If you
worse
could
than
fumble
mine.
an initiative, that's what I just did.
Yeah, you can. You're going last, but
You
not
can?
because it fumbled. You're going last, not because it fumbled, but because when you fumbled, you got a 3. So you can't
Yeah.
technically fumble an initiative. All right. Everybody is in there. Who's at 27? I did not put that. I put 7. Okay.
You have 2 bat tokens in the turn order.
Oh, do I?
Yep. One
Oh, that's because this
at the top,
guy
one at the bottom.
was present for your battle with him, or was around. All right, so let's do descending. So, well, Wayko is not here.
Maybe just be starting a fire.
He's starting the fire. This will be good.
I was thinking about waiting for you guys, but I'm starting to think I'm not going to wait for you guys because, let's be honest, he's pretty chaotic neutral. So, probably think he's going to start that chair pile on fire.
Okay. All right, so you do that.
Al just really wants to start a Starfinder. How can I kill the entire group so we can start on this thing?
Warm his hands. If you guys die to a house fire, you don't deserve to go back into the haunted house that we painstakingly escaped recently.
That's fair. Okay. So, Gideon's turn first. You wanted to cast Smite Evil on it?
Yep.
Okay. You are able to cast. It has to resist. No, it doesn't have to resist.
Nope. No, it's just
Okay.
it just gets smoted.
It just becomes smoted. All right.
And I'm just checking because. Yep. And it's about, you said 30 feet, right?
Yeah, it's about 30 feet.
Then because it's up against that, I am going to throw my hedged weapon, which is this glowing sword that is kind of encircling, glowing longsword that is encircling me. I grab it, throw it at the bat.
Okie dokie.
Because he's
Ranged attack.
Bad bat.
Okay, I just want to pull up, make sure. Okay. So that would be a standard ranged attack plus my charisma modifier. 26 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. And I just want to verify that it's just a straight 2d6. Yep. So that is going to be 2d6 plus my level because of Smoten.
Okay.
So that is 6 plus 11 damage. Force. Not sure if that
All right.
matters.
So, and then 11, stun. All right. It seems to sink in and it goes, flaps away the thing as best it can. And now it's its turn. And it you look at it and it seems like it's going to swoop down on you and go and just try to fall on top of you. But about 10 feet above you, it goes flies right past Magpie and up and out. Or at least it's headed up and out.
Don't let XP get away.
Well, I guess I'd like to take my prepared action then to draw my knife from the spring-loaded dagger and throw it.
Okie dokie. You can do that.
Oh, I can also just follow it up out of the well.
Why, do you have wings now?
I do have wings now.
He drank a Red Bull.
Again, and I know we've gone over this before. Is it your arms with your feathers, or do you have another set of wings on top of your wings?
Another set of wings on his back that he like manifests.
You're like a Kinnara,
Tengu magic.
like crazy. You look like a green tambourine music video.
All right, I'm gonna throw this knife and then I'm gonna sprout wings and follow him up out of the wall.
Okay. So you do that.
A 22 to hit
That hits.
for 5 points of damage.
All right. 5 more points.
Would this count as a sneak attack because he didn't know I was armed? Like I was not visibly armed before this happened.
No, because he was expecting people to be hitting him,
Okay.
and he saw you. Now, if you had been stealth or something, he
Yeah,
he was
I'm
not
pretty sure
fooled.
that can see in the dark anyways.
Yeah, he was not fooled by this whole "oh, we're not going to hit it and kill it" thing.
All right, then I'm gonna follow it up. Just
I didn't know we were gonna kill it. Is the bat still down in the cave, or is it up? Like, has it flown up into the well, or is it just down here for now?
Oh no, he's just moving. So he's effectively running, flying. And he has
Nah, but it can't
40
do that.
foot.
You can't do that because it's not a straight line.
That's true. He is double moving. He is moving as fast as he can to get away from these creatures that just killed off someone that he knew was stronger than him. Okay. He's not sticking around for
We
this.
didn't kill off anybody.
It seems like a
can we see
spectacular
him?
normal bat.
we did chase him out though.
He's acting very much like a bat would.
Can we
A
see
very
him,
smart bat.
or can we see him, or is he basically inside the?
You
the
have
well?
line of sight.
All right.
You have line of sight, but he is out of the well. So he has just made it out of the well, and Magpie is right behind him, or
Yeah.
as close as he can be. So shooting up that well might be difficult.
No, it's okay.
I mean, you could get XP for Magpie, but I mean,
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, he can walk up here as well to get a better view. Finest silk, come one, come all, and he'll cast web inside the well.
okay.
Is he still inside the well or is he outside of the well?
The bat is on the outside of the well. He has made the outside of the well, but he's at like just above the mouth. So
So I could.
he had enough
technically hit
movement.
Can you web a creature?
No, I web walls and ceilings and floors and
If you're able to web the
I can take the, like
actual
the edges.
right
Like-
and kind of
like-
spray it upward,
Like you have the well
you
like
might get
this,
him.
and everything between the walls are basically webbed.
So you're blocking Magpie?
Well, only if I can hit the bat. Otherwise, it's pointless.
Depends on how much
don't
the
think-
bat wants the finest silks.
you don't think you can hit the bat by aiming it like that. If
You
Is
need
there-
you need web bolt.
Web bolt
What do
sucks
you mean?
though. It's a terrible spell.
Oh, I thought it was like a tanglefoot bag. Isn't it just like a much better tanglefoot bag?
No, it's like web, but it's single target.
Okay. So what you gonna do then?
It's gonna
He's getting away.
He's gonna finger his ring.
Oh,
Just diddle it.
Do you have these new spells yet, or do you have to wait to put them in your spell book?
Technically, I have them, but none of them will help me.
Ah,
But he's going to cast Hideous Laughter
okay.
on the bat.
On the bat. Okay.
So that should be a DC 17 will save.
All right. Let's see. Ooh. Well, he got higher than that on the dice. Wow, that was a good roll. All right. So you see him. You see that you see him flap in midair for a minute as he reaches the mouth of the cave. And then he looks down, he catches eyes and he locks them with you, and he says, before looking back and moving to get away.
Who here speaks Batty?
I doubt
Nope.
anyone has that language that he speaks.
It's not dwarven giant thieves can't gnomish or Tengu, is it?
No.
Nope. Then I have no idea.
Abyssal.
Go Bielsa.
No.
Alright, well, that's Mazus' turn then.
Okay. Emmy, everybody's
So-
running over there. You just saw this white thing go swoosh.
How far over there can she get? I don't think she's encumbered right now.
When is she not? I don't know.
I don't know. I'd have to look. She hasn't picked anything up.
I just imagine her with one of those crazy like Mad Max backpacks that's like 3 times as tall as you. Kind of hunched over all the
Oh
time.
no, she's still got a speed of 30.
She's the trash witch from Labyrinth, you know?
So
No.
she is right here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. She is also going to cast Hideous Laughter on the bat, but this.
She can't see the bat,
Oh, she can't from here?
not from there, because it
I mean,
slopes.
you can share a space
Downward?
with mazes.
I can. So
You're allies. There's no reason you can't share a space.
30. Now can she see it?
Okay. So you're also casting Hideous Laughter at a DC 19 or 20?
Higher.
A DC what?
23.
Because of course.
Kitsune is in their enchantment magic.
So
Yeah.
19 effectively because of the different type. Because humor doesn't translate well.
19.
Does he beat a 23?
It's
Tell him a great
19
joke
because
about
humor doesn't translate
Eating
well.
gnats, grapes.
Oh, it resists enchantments? Okay.
Getting
No, you don't.
box.
Its brain is monstrous. It does not find the things funny that you find funny. So when you cast Hideous Laughter on something, if like casting it on a humanoid is different than casting it on a beast.
Okay. Did not realize
It has
that.
to be that relatable.
Yeah, it's like a mosquito, a fruit bat, and a wasp walk into a bar. You know, those he would find funny.
A creature whose
I
type
was
is
gonna
different
roll
from
the other
yours is a
day.
+4 bonus. Okay. I see
Yeah.
what you're saying.
So he does make it because of that.
Ah.
So he goes, and he looks back at you too. And you see him connect eyes with both you and Mazus as you're kind of leaning over each other, casting.
Just crack a smile.
And flap, flap, flap. So
Darn.
Translates loosely into I'm gonna go mess with the townsfolk now.
Wayko is not there. He is busy starting a fire up, and he's doing a pretty good job because this is old dead wood.
Throwing more anything he can find on it.
Yeah.
Well,
she's
I mean,
up
you
there
guys
with
should
you.
head upstairs anyways. Demon bat.
The issue is we have to explore down here.
Yeah. So you're up there doing that, and Henrietta's like, bigger, bigger.
You can always climb out of the well.
Climb.
All right.
Mhm.
Don't worry, my dear. I'll fly you up.
No, I'll be right back.
Okay. Gideon, your turn.
Okay. The only thing he can really do at this distance. Okay. I have to double check something. An aimed shot.
You increase the DC.
You increase the armor class.
Yeah, you increase the difficulty of hitting each time you go for a smaller target.
Okay.
It's not It's not super major, but it can make the difference in tight rolls.
He's going to run up to the base of this well. That's because that's what it is, right? It's the base of the well of that blue circle.
Right. It's a little
Um,
shallow thing too, so you can stand right in it.
Going to drop his falchion, pull out his longbow, and attempt to. You know what? He's going to attempt to shoot its wing to try to drop it.
Okay. So with a called shot to the wing, without the feet, it would be. There was a table in here somewhere. It would be technically an arm or a leg. So we're going to say that's a -2.
Okay,
So negligible for your current situation.
sure.
Now, are you within?
Okay.
We're still. Yeah, it's a longbow. It's within the increment, so no worries.
It's a compound. Yeah, it's a compound longbow.
Yeah.
Come on, give me something good. Need this.
Yes, a 1. Give him a 1, and confirm it.
No, okay. I can work with this, I think. 17 -2, 15 plus 6 is 21 plus my charisma bonus 23.
Well, yeah, when you're adding your charisma bonus as well and junk like that, what are you worried about a -2 for? So yes, you hit it. He goes, and you don't do damage when you do a cold shot, if I remember right. You do cold shots have a specific. You go for the effect instead of the damage. I believe that's what it is. That's what we're gonna run with. Hold on. There we go. Down, 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 down. Where's the arm? There it is. All right, called shot arm. No additional damage. 1d4 round, but for 1d4 rounds, any attacks. Flying creature caught in the wing must make a fly check to avoid descending involuntarily. So, we're gonna see if it descends. If you're able to. It's the DC plus. It's like 10 plus damage, isn't it?
How can I do damage then? Do I roll for damage?
Yeah, roll for damage.
Okay, so let me just make sure I have this up. It's longbow. Okay, so that's actually max damage. So 8 plus 5, 13 plus. Now I want to double check. A compound bow plus 0. Is that plus 0 to damage or is it plus 1 to damage?
Plus 0 to
strength.
damage.
It's 0 to damage. So you still
Okay.
you still don't get to add your strength yet. You have to improve it. If I remember.
Okay.
It's a glorified longbow.
Yeah,
it's
I was just
very
gonna say.
expensive longbow.
Okay, so that would be a 13 damage. So a DC of 23, it looks like.
All right. It has a hard time, but you see it. You know you caught it right in the correct joint too. And it just stays aloft.
Does it slow down at all, or do I roll the D4, I guess?
You can roll 1d. No, it's for flying creatures. It's different. They have to avoid.
Okay.
descending. So that's that. You hit it, but unfortunately, the called shot it made its fly check. So now it is Magpie's turn because Magpie moved himself up in the initiative with his ready action.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do?
I'll fly. I'm going to fly after him.
You'll fly after it.
I
Okay.
will do
You
that.
can. What's your fly speed?
30 foot fly speed.
Okay, you can fly up to it. Let me see. That was okay. You are within range of within like 10 feet of it, if my math is appropriate.
So I'm not
About
close
10
enough
feet
for a
from
melee
it.
attack.
Not a melee.
All right, then I guess I'll have to throw another knife.
Okay.
Not anything else, do I? Snap, short bow. No, the dagger's better. 21 to hit.
You hit it.
Another 5 points of damage.
5 points. All right. You hit it. It doesn't. You know you're connecting. You see the blade sticking out of it. You see his arrow sticking out of it, and it doesn't seem nearly as phased as you would think it would.
This is the magic dagger.
Okay. The one that returns to you?
Mhm.
Okay. So you see it stick there, and then you see that shadow kind of bring it back to you. But again, like mentioned, it doesn't seem to affect it as much as you would want it to.
Does anyone have a
So.
silver knife?
Just out
Well,
of just a
unfortunately,
We have
point of
silverware.
order. My arrow doesn't get DR.
Throw me a butter knife.
your arrow does not get DR.
No, because I've smoked. I ignore all damage resistance against evil creatures.
Yeah.
Okay. That was my mistake. I usually, you guys are correct. I usually use that wording when there's DR. There's no DR. I'm simply saying that he does not seem as phased with the amount of hits you're doing to him. He doesn't seem as phased.
He's
as you
got a
would
lot of
think he
hit
would.
points.
Which means it's a lot of XP.
Oh, whoops. Also, that DR that DC was actually 25, not 23. In reading it,
Okay.
I also got an extra 2 points of damage on him from him being an undead creature, likely.
Okay. Well, we will remember that if it comes up again, because the round has already gone by. So, or your part of the round has already gone by. So, for future reference, we will remember that. Unfortunately, he gets to take a full run, basically.
God
Up.
damn it.
He takes a straight line. Whoosh. You see him do it. He looks down at you all. And flies just straight up as fast as he can. So run is what? It's speed times 2 or speed times 4.
Speed times 4.
So you see him shoot 40, 40, 40, 40. So 4 40s into the air. What does anyone want to do to him? If anything.
Nah, just gonna leave it.
So Mazus just kind of, well, there it goes. Walks
That's
away.
pretty damn smart. I'm going to search this area then.
Okay. So it got away. Another baddie gets away, but it was pretty close.
Oh, depends
You guys
on
almost
how motivated our flying birdman is.
How motivated Magpie is? To be fair, even if Magpie tried as hard as he could, he
You would
cannot
just
fly
say he
as
just
fast as
outpaces
Magpie.
me.
Okay.
We're gonna get
Nobody wants
outside
to
and
fight
like
us.
lying down beside the well recovering.
You know,
Would you
you see
want
what
to
we
fight
have to
me?
do, Gideon, is just invest in huge pots of glue
Apparently.
for every
he,
fight.
he thinks we killed Aldern. We didn't kill Aldern.
He
Aldern
doesn't
ran the
know
fuck
that.
away.
You guys went down there. Yeah, you guys went down there and Aldern ran away. That's what he knows.
Again,
Just
seemed
out of
like a
curiosity, though,
remarkably
he's
normal bat
got a
reaction.
monstrous mind, right?
He has a monstrous mind in that.
Does that so that means low, like bestial or low intelligence?
Now I didn't say that. I
Just
said
alien.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So he's not like monster protecting lair type dumb. In fact, those noises he's making, they sound intentional, language like. So, okay. I'm just racking up the guys that I get to bring back.
Well, apparently you won't.
Buffer
None of them will stick
stronger.
around. There's no
Those
way in hell we
multiple
can keep
heroes
anybody
do
here.
times fast. Such as that bat we tried to murder.
Okay, well we're leaving combat then.
As I say, I'm going to take a
So-
look around here. See what's
Mazus has
there.
left you guys behind. Mazus has left you guys behind. He is now down in the room. And Mazus, how nice of you to come into the room by yourself.
Yeah, I know.
Why don't? Yeah.
I wanna play Starfinder.
Why don't you? Okay. Why don't you make me
I will say.
I believe it is a will save. Let me make sure. What's your passive perception?
16.
Okay, you notice very easily the growth on the wall. And it's a fungoid type growth. It has a shape to it that looks almost human, and little glints are inside of it. like little bits of stone or crystal or something, and like shards of something. They seem to vibrate as you come closer. And make me a will save.
22.
22. You resist. However, as you resist, you feel a consciousness reach out to you, and it says, "You seek magic."
As a matter of fact, I am in the business of magic.
I sought magic. I know magic.
Make a deal with the fungus monster. Do it.
A lot of people do these days.
I can show you magic you don't even know.
I'm sure you can, and I'm sure I can show you a thing or two as well. He's starting to look around for a spellbook.
And he says, "You want to know where it is, don't you?"
Any clues?
A deal.
I love deals.
I need to live, to exist. A deal. You let me live, and I show you what you're missing.
Well, I do believe you already exist. Otherwise, this conversation wouldn't be taking place. And I'd rather not have you show
You're a
me.
bit of an ass, aren't you?
No, I am a legitimate businessman, and you are just talking out of your ass right now. I'd rather not have you show me anything. I'd rather have you just give me the tools that I need to perform the incantations and whatnot myself. Thank you very much.
So that you can leave me to die.
Are you dying?
I am trapped.
Right, but you're still alive. And that was what you wanted.
Free me then, and I will tell you where my book is.
Why don't you tell me where your book is, and then I will free you. Once
Because you
the
will
book.
kill me.
Why would I kill you? You're already trapped. And you're saying that you're dying. I wouldn't have to lift a finger to end you.
If you don't want the book, then fine.
If you don't
My
want...
secrets will die with me.
If you don't
Because
want to
once
get
your
released,
friend enters, once your friend, the Holy One, enters, I die, and so do my secrets.
Currently, he's chasing a giant bat.
Yeah.
Meaning that
Very
you would,
well.
meaning that you would have a bit of a head start at least.
I cannot leave. I am trapped.
No, I got that. I think you've told me at least twice by now. But I'm trying to inform you that I'm looking for a certain book, and you're telling me that you know where I can find this book, and then you propose a deal that in exchange for the book, I will release you from your bonds, and somehow you don't want to cooperate with giving me this book, so I'm not sure why I would release you.
Because if I give you the book first, you won't hold up your end of the bargain, businessman.
Is that so? How do I know that you would uphold your end of the bargain if I release you? You might even attack me. That sounds very dangerous.
Fine, businessman. My book dies with me.
Not really a living thing, so I don't really see it dying, but if you want to be over dramatic, I suppose that is for you.
You don't really get a response.
Alright. Just gotta look around the room. See what's in here.
Okay, so with a 21, you kind of look around the room, ransack it a bit. There's some nice things there, or a few nice things. There's, if you clean it up, there's a portrait of Aisha that's probably worth, based upon your estimations, without a check, you're guessing either between 100, maybe 150 gold. There's a small silver key ring worth about 10 gold pieces, probably. And it sits amid the rotten meat. So, it's got 2 keys on the ring. The larger one is a bit tarnished, and it appears to be iron, set with a round opal. Now, the opal, you're guessing probably either 75 to 125 gold pieces, maybe, depending somewhere in there. And the smaller key is made of bronze, and it's unusually long, and its tang is ended with a set of 3 notched blades. The head of the key resembles a bit a roaring lion. The key opens something, but you're not sure what. It does look fairly important. Let me see. And that's about what you kind of get.
All right.
The part that you also see with a 21 is that there's appears to be a behind the kind of human shaped hunched mass. It's like it's covering something, holding something, maybe.
I see. It's holding something with its hands. Both hands or just one?
It seems like you might be looking at the back of someone hunched over something.
Oh, okay. What are you hiding there?
It doesn't matter. You didn't want to make the deal. And your
Oh.
friends you can hear footsteps in the sand and them coming down and say, I don't know where Mazus went. Keeps on running off type thing.
I was very intrigued in the deal, but you just didn't want to cooperate.
Your friends are coming, deal or no deal. I free, you get the book.
Right. I need the book, then I can free you. We could write a get a receipt and everything. We could do this by the books.
I doubt your courts of law would allow me a place.
Well, you're underestimating my courts of law, definitely. Well,
he doesn't particularly respond.
I guess I'll have to pry it from your hands then.
Good luck with that.
No, I won't pry it from your hands, but never mind. Matthias!
Like a great beckoning call.
All right.
I was still waiting to check B32 out to see if there was anything of interest there.
Yeah, and I want to check the roof.
Check the roof of the mansion?
Yeah, isn't the trap door in the attic go to the roof?
No, it went
It sure
to like
does.
it's like an observatory.
Yeah.
Literally, that's what it was.
Can I get into the observatory from outside?
Maybe. Make me a strength check. Greg, you look around in B32. You see some bat guano. Well, you see what you assume to be bat guano. Kind of large amounts of it.
Valuable
And
magical
things
reagent.
like that. Perhaps if someone with magical abilities was to examine it in certain ways.
Sorry for the guano. Or was it something?
Lots of bat. Lots
Anything
of
else in there at all?
food. Just
Or
mainly
just
the
the
dead
guano?
bodies. Guano and dead bodies.
Anything interesting about said dead bodies, or
Nothing that really catches your eye. It's like that big pile that was blocking the way before. It's mainly just dead bodies. They've been picked clean of a lot of meat, and it's just kind of bits and pieces that got left over.
All right, I got a very stupid idea.
Okay.
So, Emmy does have detect magic, but I don't think she's going to use it 'cause she's more interested in getting out of this room,
Okay.
unless
you guys.
somebody says otherwise.
All right. Make me perception check. Gideon, Emmy.
All right, the
Where's
dining room
Magpie?
is very much on fire now.
okay?
Yes. Where's Magpie?
The windows are
around-
beautiful from the outside.
Yeah, I'm around the back, up on the roof here.
Magpie, you see some fire starting to pour out of B4's windows as they start to
Yeah.
go.
Probably some cackling through the windows is probably audible too.
Cackling and
What kind of egress is it from the outside into this observatory? Like, there has to be a window, or otherwise it would be an observatory.
there are two windows, and then there's that trap door, that big trap door that goes to open up.
All right, well, I guess I'll go in the window.
Okay. You make me a will save as you try to go in through the broken window up by the attic. The
Modified 20.
observatory. Modified 20. Okay. You feel like as you start to climb in that Amy doesn't love you. She was going to burn it down. She was going to burn everything down. She doesn't care about you, and you should just end it. And as you start to dive off, you catch yourself like, what am I doing?
I feel like that kind of would have been a moot point anyway. Why am I? Wait a minute, I can fly.
Well, there's a difference between being able to fly and being willing to fly.
Hmm.
All right.
So for perception, I was able to get a 21.
21. And what did Emmy get? Okay. Well, Emmy, you don't feel anything, but as you guys are leaving and heading towards like 33 here, you smell the singed fungus, and as you keep going, you kind of, feel some heat coming down, Gideon. It's kind of weird. I don't remember there being hot today.
Nah, it's not like the fire's gonna get to them anyways.
Well, better go see what Mazus is doing.
Well, Emmy keeps on trucking.
Okay. All right.
Wayko's
holding
actually
up
gonna
lay out.
back and track over that table so he's closer to the foyer and not in the blaze by the time it starts burning the table.
All right. Make me a perception check.
17.
I meant Wayko.
That's what I
Oh,
figured.
we can use that for you.
Well,
So 17 at B35. You see that this is probably where they kept the bodies before they piled them up there, Greg.
33.
But and 35.
Oh, 35. Sorry, my bad.
B35. That's where they probably kept them. And you do see a ring, and you're not sure if it's magic or not. It doesn't look very magic. But you see a ring, you see one gold ring, one silver ring, and kind of like some change. Probably a grand total. Just looking down and grabbing it up. 5 gold pieces and about 10 gold, 10 silver. Nothing super special as far as those things.
Okay. I'll make sure to have Mazus appraise it later and continue back to find him.
Okie dokie. So Mazus is calling, and you walk in, and there he is.
Matthew, don't touch the wall there. It's the fungi is not for touching. There is something I need you to do though. There's a being trapped in the fungi, and it's holding something of mine, I think.
Okay. I'm going to, I guess, detect evil in the direction and try to concentrate on what he's pointing at to see if I can sense an actual entity.
You do sense an entity, quite a mixed jumble of trying to get it locked down, but you do sense, and as you focus a bit, there's a personality, and with that knowledge, you kind of see that shape that's metamorphed in the fungus and is kind of there, as if again like a back was turned and something was cradled in the front that was stuck towards the wall.
Can I try to scrape it or scrape it off with my falchion?
As you put your falchion up there, it kind of clicks against some bits of crystalline or metal or something inside the fungus, and it kind of, and there's no noise, no nothing like that, just kind of, and you see that there's, as you're pulling and scraping on it, that there is something in there kind of wrapped up in some binding, maybe some thin leather.
Sorry, you said a thin leather with binding?
A thin leather wrap of binding is around something that's in there.
Can I
scrape away the person-shaped blob?
Okay. Can I use my falchion to carefully open it? Being careful not to touch it.
Okay, so you're gonna.
Excellent sportsmanship.
And this rather thick tome wrapped in leather falls out of the thing. It falls out of this bug of fungus. It's a word, look it up.
Oh, there it is.
I believe actually this places me, even if not you, in my debt at this point.
Lawful good. Beyond the lawful.
So the cover of the book is contaminated, essentially.
No, it's wrapped in something. It's wrapped in
Okay.
a very thin, like someone hastily wrapped up something and then shielded it and fungus.
So he's gonna take his staff and poke the book out of the wrappings and pick it up.
Okay. So you kind of unfold the wrappings, and you see a metal and leather, very nice book. Dark leather, and with a skull imprint on the front of it, with leafing of silver and red and gold, and the runes on it light up a green and then fade into invisibility.
He shoots a glance at the fella,
Okay.
and then he takes a look inside the book.
Okay, so when you pick up the book, ooh, You look at it's heavy. It's a big, thick tome of a book,
Knowledge
and
is
it has a
heavy
little
burden.
latch on it. Yes, it has a little latch on it, with a little symbol, and that's about it. Pardon me. There's a latch yet.
He'll unlatch it.
Okay, you try to pull, unlatch it. Doesn't seem to.
Is there a keyhole?
There's no keyhole. There's an insignia on the latch. You can possibly make an Arcana check if you wish.
Yeah. 16.
16. It's not hard. It's not hard to tell that there's probably kind of like a little magical lock on there for this particular thing. In the similar way we would feel a magnet pull on something, you feel that same pull when you try to
Okay.
yank it.
I guess I'll save this for later then. And puts it in his backpack.
Okay. Make me perception rolls. Magpie, you see that this is starting to catch to the second floor.
That's fine. I'm just gonna cut the ropes and go up into the observatory.
Yeah, Wayko is actually going to maybe go out the front door now and maybe think about throwing a rope down the well.
17.
17 to that. Emmy, wow. Okay. 20.
Yep. Mazus with his 26.
Oh, okay. I see that. Well, Mazus and Emmy kind of perk up as they go, and they smell smoke.
It's not time for lunch yet, is it? Because someone is
Now I
burning
know how
something.
chicken feels.
I don't know, but I'm ready to get out of here.
Is there anything else in this area, or was that it?
There's the guy.
Just that trap door.
You open the trap door, and you can see flames starting to lick through the floorboards of the observatory.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you see. That's about it.
Trapdoor doesn't go anywhere?
It goes to the
trapdoor.
observatory.
The trapdoor was literally the thing for the observatory.
The roof of the observatory leads
The
into the observatory.
trapdoor was a trap.
You're blasted with smoke in the face when you open it.
Back out the window I go.
Yes. Okay. So you fly out, and you see Wayko running to the well. Well, probably walking to the well. And you see his
Strolling,
you see
looking at the
Henryetta
fire.
clucking behind him. Henrietta's like,
He
"Why you
hollers
gotta
down
save
the
them?"
well. Guys, because I can carry all those tents on my own. Guys, can you hear me?
For the date, we don't need the tents. Those at first don't know what they're doing anyway. You know how many
I
times
thought
they
you-
almost got killed?
Get the paladin to bring you back.
Boop.
You have to do what I am. No, I'm gonna hold down the well. Guys!
What?
Someone
I'm right
comes to-
here.
What? Oh, how did you get up here?
I can fly.
The wings.
I'm a bird. Come on. You're like no one saw this coming.
You're a double bird.
You've been a bird for a while, and never have you flown before.
Do you have any rope? Because I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a situation at the manor.
Yeah, no, I noticed that when you started to barbecue my feet. Yeah, I have not only rope, but also a grappling hook.
Well, let's use that before they try to take the stairs.
Okay. So someone's yelling down, "Guys, guys!"
Do we hear it?
yeah.
Yeah. She's gonna start heading towards the sound to see what it is, because she suspects either trouble or something good. Not sure which, but something. Is anyone else coming?
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, tie on that grappling hook, tie on that rope, and lower the rope down the well. Put the grappling hook. I'm gonna check all the rocks on the well to make sure the mortar's not loose, and then I'm gonna put the grappling hook on the well.
You actually
Yes.
do have to readjust it to get on a solid one.
I think the ghosts set the place on fire, guys.
Yeah, the ghosts.
It's so scary. Scary fire.
Yeah, they broke all those chairs and made them into a convenient bonfire shape.
I'm actually gonna look at the house. Like, is it visibly burning even from the far end now? Can you see it going?
You see the smoke rising. And there's more
Okay.
flames looking out the window.
Can
That
Gideon
means
still
gonna-
sense the evil presence in this room?
Yes.
Can you pinpoint it?
The fungus area?
Like the entire fungus area?
There's pretty much.
Okay.
Emmy's moving. She's not waiting. She heard fire.
Did we actually hear that from all the way down over this way?
Yeah, they're yelling it and it's echoing through the it's echoing.
Okay, I'm
It's
just,
like,
I don't see how that would make it all the way there, but fair enough.
Matthews, will you give
Hmm?
this man his last rites?
Unfortunately, I can't concentrate, but I can at least pray.
I don't think he's that picky, really.
I'll pray to Iomade, but that's pretty much all I can do.
Okie dokie. So you do that. You do feel upswelling of divine, but as you expected, it doesn't seem to reach out outside of you to anywhere.
In order to cleanse this area, we need to get a relatively high-level cleric, consecrate and make this holy ground.
I'm not even sure
And as
he
we're
would
walk-
like that.
Pardon?
I'm not even sure he would like that.
I don't think it really matters. He's pure fucking evil. And as we're walking out, I'm going to say, I don't even think burning down the house is going to have much of an effect. Probably be built back up as of yesterday, as it was yesterday.
Yeah, he might even make it out of here alive.
Emmy's in her way.
Because the house seems to
Okie dokie.
reset.
All right, you guys making your way back there. You definitely hear them yelling. Their kids, can you hear us? What are you waiting on?
As I'm
Guys!
trying to go up the stairs.
Away!
Don't go up the stairs! Good lord.
You have PTSD with fire. Don't go up the stairs.
Yeah, kind of. All right. Well, you guys
So
can
she
make
gets
it. there, no
here. She sees the rope. She's not sure what to do. There's a rope.
problem.
Climb? That I felt that was
Obvious.
fairly straightforward. Send the moron up front. Get in! Get in! You gotta come up first and help me.
Okay, I guess I'll go first.
No, send your armor up first, and then send
I don't know. Can you still climb in that?
I guess I should probably make a climb check first, though.
Yes.
It's climbing a rope
It's
is
not
dead
hard.
simple.
Yeah, it's like DC
Yep.
5 or something.
Okay, I rolled a 6 plus whatever.
Okie dokie. You make it up.
6
no
plus
problem.
3, 9.
That Mazus
All
will
right.
climb after him.
That sends the two of them up.
Emmy, you're down here by yourself in this creepy cave. Without a light, mind you, because your light left.
Okay. I guess if there's not much else, she's gonna try and climb with that -3 penalty. See what happens.
Mhm.
Oh,
Okay.
But you don't fall
You
off.
fall
You just
flat.
can't climb.
It's more funny if she starts to climb and she falls back into the water.
All right. Right, I forgot. All right, tie the rope around your waist.
How do you tie a rope?
Swear to God,
Yeah,
if I have to come down there.
she can probably tie the rope. I mean, I don't
Yes.
know what kind of knowledge check that would be, but I'm sure she
She
knows
has
how
to
to tie
tie her-
something.
It's a knot.
Right.
I don't
She
feel
traveled.
like there should be a check to tie a.
Yeah,
She
So
has
she's
to
gonna-
lace up her shoes. So she has to lace up her leather shoes. I'm pretty sure she can tie a knot.
So she She ties herself on.
Okay.
All right, Gideon, give me a hand here.
He'll help. 15 strength check.
And I aid.
Okie dokie. Yup. That would be a good idea. I figured you were aiding, so.
Yeah.
Did you get to aid?
Yes, I aided.
Okay. So you get him up. One strength check. I'm going to do 2 more for strength challenge. So whoever you want
Another
to make the main
15.
roll. Another 15.
Another aid.
Last roll. Well, you don't even have to make the last roll because you made 2 out of 3. All right. So you make it up, and you.
Emmy unties herself, looks back at the place, and says, "Good riddance."
Fully engulfed.
I'm just concerned that that's not actually going to do anything.
And I gotta zoom out so I can.
I assume Wayko's over there with a big smile, roasting some weenies or something.
Oh yeah, he's having a little wee roast. He's watching the house going up, and he's thinking of screaming, "This house is clean." He doesn't even know if that's true. He's just, figures a good send off. Yeah, scissors.
Okie dokie.
So, back to Sandpoint, yes?
Well, we should definitely get the cleric in order to make this holy ground. Otherwise, it's just going to grow back.
Wiggle points at it and says, "Can we wait till it's done burning?"
Well, it'll be back probably tomorrow.
I don't care. That's not why I lit it on fire.
Oh, you set it on fire?
I meant the ghosts.
Right.
Ghosts did it. Ooh.
You can see that Henryetta visibly rolls her eyes. And
Yeah,
her
I
heart.
already knew it was him.
Sides with the chicken.
Emmy just sort of thankful to be out of there again and looks at Vese, who also gets speak with Master this level, and
dang.
says, "Well, we made it out again," and sort of pats her head.
Scream devil horns.
She, Vese just kind of nuzzles and says, just gonna telepathically sends back, "Yep."
Wait, what? You can talk?
Well, yeah. I'm supposed to talk, right? Am I not supposed to talk? All you guys hear is, and oddly enough, when Emmy looks back down at her, she's going, "Oh,
Emmy sort of laughs, pats her on the head again, and goes, "Yeah, sure, you can talk. Why not?"
oh, good, because I have real opinions about the relationship you're trying to build with that Birdman.
Goddamn, better be good ones.
I don't like him. He steals stuff.
Not recently.
He's naughty." That's what Henrietta's thinking. There can be only one.
There will soon be a hen in the fox house. You guys are really.
So, Sandpoint. Yes?
Yeah, let's go to hell
Yeah.
home.
Did you guys find what you were looking for in there?
I did.
Sort of.
Then I guess it was a grand success for everybody. Especially me, the hero of our adventures. To Sandpoint.
All right.
Mazus will open up a portal which a mighty steed flies out of. He's gonna mount it. All right, Sandpoint.
And just trots off.
Let's pack up these tents.
Oh, do you
All
want
right.
a horse? Do you want a horse?
Oh,
Anyone wants a horse?
how long do the horses last?
I stuffed my
Certainly.
10 hours.
Oh, yes.
Well, that'll get you back to
stuff my
Sandpoint.
chicken in my hat and I jump on your horse.
You get a horse, and you get a horse, and you get a horse. Everyone gets a horse.
Though I think we figured out how Mazus is going to team his cart.
Yeah.
Nah,
All right.
Too many spell slots. He's going to cast Mount 5
Okay.
times, so everyone gets a horse.
Everyone gets a horse. Well, to be fair, Emmy and Magpie would probably ride together.
It's only because we're teeny tiny people.
I weigh virtually nothing is on the Sylph, so I can ride wherever I want.
I mean, a strong breeze comes along and he gets all the way to Sandpoint. So,
Yeah, it's
Right, yes.
just jump off the cliff, glide there.
all right. Well, we'll call it there, guys. Hopefully, everyone had an okay time trying to figure a few things out. Raid the Foxglove Manor was mainly a looting session, but it was kind of important to do the looting, running through the rooms part because there were still saves that had to be made and things like that. So we did have to do that. But next time we're going to pick up with everyone and see, do they get to move on to the next part of the story? Do they see if anything happens along the way with having to deal with the part of the story that they skipped? Does that even come up? You'll have to tune in to find out.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome. Come back next week for more adventures in burglary.
Make sure you tune in because we're going to be burning down houses. We're going to be murdering bats. We're going to be going to town and we're going to be selling some candelabras.
And fancy wine.
Some wine.
And wine. All
Tune
right.
into our Twitter and or our YouTubes. And we're also on the Fashion Bear.
There you go. All the social medias.
Socially.
All right. Well, we hope you do find us there, and we appreciate everyone coming and stopping by. Thank you, travelers, and everyone, say goodbye to the travelers.
Bye.
Hasta luego.
Bye.